Hi, I'm Phyllis Snyder, Vice President of CAEL, the Council for Adult and Experiential Learning. And CAEL is a nonprofit that helps adults in the workforce get the education, the learning that they need to be able to advance and to have gain family-sustaining wages. CAEL's work has traditionally been with people, as I said, who are currently working or who are seeking to get back into the workforce. And what we realized a few years ago is that there was a swell of older adults who are about to approach retirement age, and many of them wanted to continue working. In the intervening years, because of the change in the economic climate, many of them had to keep working. And we recognized that for many of them, there was no place to go to get the information, the guidance that they needed about where the jobs were and what kind of education and training they'd need if they wanted to change direction and find a job in a new area. Right now, CAEL's work in this project, providing technical assistance, and the Council on Competitiveness's work, is funded by Atlantic Philanthropies, while the 10 sites that participate in the project are funded through the Department of Labor. We are eager for people throughout the country to know about it. Unfortunately, as I said, we're only in 10 locations. Let me tell you what those 10 locations are, and then I can address this. I can tell you how to get in touch. So in Indiana, it's the Tecumseh Area Partnership. In Louisiana, the Quad Area Community Action Agency, the Coastal Counties Workforce in Maine, the Baltimore County Office of Workforce Development, the Macomb-St. Clair Workforce Development Board, the South Central Workforce Investment Board in Pennsylvania, Goodwill Industry of Houston, the Vermont Associates for Training and Development, Seattle-King County Workforce Development Council in the state of Washington, and the Fox Valley Workforce Development Board in Wisconsin. Those are the key agencies in the 10 sites that we have currently. If you get in touch with them and you're in that area, they would be delighted to work with you and to help you get enrolled in the program. If you go on CAEL's website, www.cael.org, you can find out more information about the program. But currently it is only operating in those 10 regions. It's a tough step for those of us who are over 55 to think about getting back into the workforce if we're out of it, or changing direction even if we are in the workforce, because many of the processes are different these days, and we often have a hard time being disciplined about thinking of the resources, the talents, the learning that we have. So I think a really important first step is to find someone who is some kind of a career advisor, a career counselor. It can be someone in your community, someone at a local community college. It can be going online and finding that. It can be going to your local workforce board, but to spend some time in the exploratory process first, to figure out what it is that you're interested in doing, and then to see, is there alignment between that and where the opportunities are. It is really not good to jump into something where there aren't going to be any opportunities down the road. So investing up front in exploring, in talking to someone, in examining what you bring to the table before going to the next steps is a very important first step, I think. One thing that is part of CAEL's DNA, shall we say, but is particular relevance for older workers, is the notion of the learning that many of them have gained outside a formal classroom, learning that they may have gained through volunteer work, or through the work that they've done in their first job, or through work that they do in their community. And many adults don't understand that the learning that they have gained in those arenas can count for credit and can help them if they're going back to an academic program, and this will help them to get credit that will allow them to complete that program more quickly. So we let those adults know about this process, which is called prior learning assessment, and we've recently implemented a way to do this online called learningcounts.org. And it's very, very important because so many people in this population have tremendous skills and knowledge that they don't think about presenting to potential employers or to schools, and we help them to understand the importance of that learning and to help them validate it. So we are trying to make sure that we include that in all of our models. Right now, I would say in the 10 sites are probably serving between 1,000 and 1,200 people. So let me return to the specifics of one of our sites. In my case, it is Baltimore County, and Baltimore County is working with the city, although the lead agency is the Workforce Investment Board in the county, and they have decided to focus on healthcare because it's an area that is of interest to many older adults, and they have a very strong healthcare industry in the area and some partners who are willing to work with them. And what they've done is to identify with the healthcare employers in the region, where's the need for more employees, where are they seeing growth? And it's really important to specify that they looked at growth in entry-level positions because many of the people who are enrolling in this program, who meet the requirements, are people who are transitioning from other sectors. And so they may have experienced caregiving in an informal way, but have not worked professionally in healthcare. There is a small percentage of incumbent healthcare workers who meet the age requirements and who are using this program to be able to advance, but the majority are new to healthcare. So it was important that we identified jobs that they could receive training for, and they could receive that training over a period of 6 to 12 months. And so what they've ended up with are a number of jobs: certified nursing assistant, billing, coding, some tech jobs like surgical tech. And those are areas where the hospitals, the long-term care facilities are hiring, where people can be trained in the period of time that I described, and where if it turns out to be a successful job, there is also an opportunity for people to grow and to advance. And this does not have to become a dead-end job. And last and certainly not least, it gives them an opportunity to make a wage that will help to improve their living situation. Most of them are currently out of work, and this opportunity is tremendously important for them. We are hoping to expand it. We are talking right now to the Department of Labor, to HHS, to see about the interest in continuing. We are also working very hard, as I described before, to influence policies that would help to provide ongoing streams of public support to support it. But we're also making a concerted effort to bring our message to conferences, to public sector agencies throughout the country, so that they can learn about it, and if they have questions, to get in touch with us. We're going to be publishing extensively the documentation from the project and doing everything we can to bring these models to public attention, because we feel like in general, we as a society are not very well prepared to deal with the challenges that many older adults are facing. And we don't think that, we're not suggesting this is the only way, but we think it's one really important option. And we want to make sure that groups that are looking to address these challenges know about these models.